Welcome everybody to another Voice of Nick show. We're doing more of our Posthomerica illustrations. We're gonna sort of continue on here. You can see that we have the figures in. While I was on the plane, I drew the rest of the characters, and it's looking pretty solid overall. So now, what we want to do next would be to turn these, figures transparent and then make our final line art, like the proper line art for this. So, nothing for it, I guess, except to start doing it. So let's start with Aphrodite here. It'd be nice to get another aspect in here to it. Let's see if we can do it before we start on that. Perfect. Yeah, okay. So I'm gonna take this picture, put it in to my reference file. And what it is a picture of a dove. We're gonna have a dove flying away along with this female figure here, because Aphrodite's kind of symbol or whatever is a dove. I guess we might as well put it on another layer. Let's put this on another layer. Something's going on with the iPad here. It's like lagging. Okay, good. Okay, we're having a problem with something I didn't expect. So hang tight, ladies and gents. I have to actually delete something off of this device. I can't believe that the storage space, it does have enough space. I don't really get why it's saying that there's not enough space left on the device to even make the brush stroke, and let alone to then exit out of the document, which would then save the document. Okay, now it's working. I had preloaded the Beatles documentary on here on Disney Plus, so I just deleted that. Okay, let's get rid of that layer. Let's put in some really light line work here. God, I hate that it does that. There's a lot of features on Photoshop, digital Photoshop, or whatever it's called, the mobile version, that I just really don't agree with. On this side, it probably shouldn't be as noticeable. Okay. This can probably be our final dove too. We don't need to do this one again. The one thing about this composition that doesn't necessarily make that much sense within the Greek pantheon is, like, why would Aphrodite look like she's fleeing from, the goddess of strife, who's like in comparison, a very weak deity compared to Aphrodite. But, it's all in the name of interesting storytelling, I suppose. So let's put this in its own thing. We're gonna make another layer, turn this down. We're gonna turn off Paris for now, so he doesn't intersect with what we're trying to draw. Put this in a group. Good. Welcome, Plot King, to the show. We are making our more refined line drawing now. And it's going pretty well so far. Welcome in. As you can see, this is a very similar drawing to the one we originally did. The point of this part is that we don't want to have to worry about making the final lines when we're still kind of like working out what the picture looks like. And so we resign ourselves at the beginning to just say, okay, it's gonna have another version after this, and that allows me to be a little bit more experimental with like the shapes and concepts during that stage. Okay. For some reason, this thing won't make lines sometimes. I still haven't figured out why that happens. This hand is based on a hand in an existing piece of Greek pottery, but I don't think it's very dynamic. So we might change it. Maybe something like that. See, it keeps deleting those lines. It's very strange. Now, I don't think the foot is really going to appear in the final because it's going to be behind the other character. Now these guidelines are starting to get in our way. I think that's probably fine though. Good. Great. Now that's what we got. Is it looking correct? Pretty much, yeah. Good. Now let's get the background in. And we'll do a pass at the end where we get rid of all the stray parts that go outside the lines. If I was really smart, I'd be using like some kind of selection thing to prevent stuff from going outside the lines, but I'm not that smart, and I'm not that good with Photoshop artwork. what we can do is use this filled in layer to then influence future stuff, because we can use it as a mask. This is a little too angular here. Now it doesn't really matter what the outside of the outline looks like because it's going to be black surrounding it, but just for our own sake there. The nice thing with this is we only need one color, so we're not worrying about like the difference between Aphrodite and then the robe thing that she's carrying. It's all the same. Good. So we turn this off. Pretty good. I don't think there's anything we need to get rid of, but this definitely shows more easily the parts that we need to erase that go outside the line. So let's do that. And it also shows where some of our lines end up looking kind of like lumpy, like right here. Because it looked good on the outside of the line, but not on the inside of the line. So we'll do that and make it smoother. Fix that line there. Some parts of the hand also got a little bit lumpy. like the fingers get really thin because we were accounting for the outside of the outline, not the inside. You have to be thinking on in a different way. How is this not here? That's strange. All right, are there any other lumpy sections? Not really. Good. Okay, Aphrodite is in. We're gonna group her together. So now we have her, we have the bird, and then we can turn off the whole element if we want. You can see I also chose to make the apple of discord and the arrow that kills Paris the same kind of like highlighted color, which they sometimes did in Greek pottery to have like a different, one color difference. And I figure that the tying of these two things together almost makes it like, in the same way that Apollo kills Achilles with the arrow, it's almost like Eris, the goddess of strife, is killing Paris, through her apple of discord. Fun fact, the apple of discord in the Assassin's Creed franchise is claimed to be one of the instances of the apple of Eden. So for anybody who's an Assassin's fan. And that certainly makes sense within the Greek mythology. So ladies and gents, we have one a refined piece of line art. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 other ones to do, and then we'll get a nice border in there. But I really like this composition. I think it's fun. I'm on the fence about whether I want this Trojan guy, or rather this Greek warrior standing there in the back. I figure it's Panic and Strife, or Panic and Fear, who are the other two, demigod, god, whatevers that are standing around during this chapter, along with Strife. But I don't really like his pose. He's kind of like just standing there, so I don't know. We'll see. But that's going to do it. If you want to see more of the channel, don't forget to hit the follow button if you like what you saw. If you want more info about this project, !post in the chat. I'll see you.